Okay, welcome back to the Central Valley Buzz. I'm your host, Chuck Leonard. My next guest from right here in the Tower District, let's bring in Jim Ficarra from Ficarra Studios. Jim, how's it going?
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, sir. Now, it's going to be about that time of year where the graduates.
Yes, very much so.
Great time to take some pictures.
Taking a lot of pictures right now. Took a lot of them in the fall and booking up for the springtime, going on location. And so we're busy with a lot of that right now, and brought some examples today of what we've done.
Well, you know what? But if I was in school right now, because believe it or not, I'm quite a bit more vain right now than I was when I was in high school. But I think I would take one closer to the graduating time than the summer before, when generally you take your senior pictures, because oftentimes you look a lot different. I mean, that's a big year, senior year.
Absolutely.
Things change.
Yes.
Right.
The yearbooks, though, determine that we have to take them in the spring before to get them in the yearbooks for the next year for publication.
But yours aren't for yearbooks. These are pictures for a lifetime.
Correct. These, for instance, each of these subjects that you see, I have photographed in the studio for the yearbook, and then we offered specials for them to go on location at a later time.
So wait, these pictures right here, these aren't taken inside your studio.
No. These are all on location.
Right.
Different locations in the valley.
Mm-hmm. Now, how long has Ficarra Studios been there?
Since 1946.
In that same location?
No, a couple different locations, but in this general area, correct.
So, wait a minute. 46, you're not that old.
No, my father started the business.
Your father was a photographer too then?
Yes, he was.
So, did you pick it up from him?
Yes, I did, and I've been there 37 years.
So as a child, what you see your dad taking all these pictures, and you're like, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you?"
Yeah.
You're that guy.
Absolutely, yes.
And fortunately for you, your dad said, "Well, here, this is how it works."
Right, exactly. Taught me a lot, and so I've been there and carried on the tradition and keeping up with the new things too, of course.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, obviously, way back then, you're starting out in a dark room.
Yes.
And producing the pictures yourself, but now it's all digital.
It's all digital, so we still
I bet you still use film, though.
Not too much. No, very rarely. It's mostly all digital, and the digital's really caught up. So the digital images, you can do a lot more with, of course. But most of the things you see are what they look like with some, digital editing and that type of thing. But pretty much they are what they are.
And you don't only do these types of pictures, you do great family photos.
Absolutely.
And different seasonal photos.
Yes. A lot of the families will photograph from the seniors. We'll have specials on that. Bring in the family, because a lot of times the seniors are going to leave the home, go away to school. So it's a good time to get with the family, since the child might be leaving, and it's a nice momentum.
So what you're saying is when they book the senior pictures, you also have a package that you add on to that where the family comes at the same time.
We offer specials.
After the seniors' pictures are finished,
correct,
you take the family picture, and
absolutely,
then you have a great family photo also.
Yes,
awesome.
absolutely.
I love this one.
That's a lot of it. That's downtown, and just a lot of cool areas around downtown to take pictures, and in the Tower District.
What is that called, that type of photo that you just did? Because she was a little bit, looked like superimposed over the background of the picture.
Well, it's HDR, but editing. But no, that's actual photograph. No superimposing. It's just some effects that you can put onto the image and everything.
Very cool.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
So, how much is it for something like this?
Well, we offer a special where the senior portrait in the studio and the location image to be taken. We'll take at least 150 images on location. Normally it's $160. We do for $89.
Wow.
But now that's no images. Now when they see 200 images or more to select from, then hopefully they purchase a lot.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. Well, and here we go. Here's a gentleman. We haven't had one of a.
We have a few, yes.
Very nice, and that's down by the river. Very cool. Who picks the settings? You or the?
A lot of times the clients might, but if they don't know where to go, then we'll go ahead and say, well, I have this location, that location. What would you prefer? For instance, today I'm going to a golf course.
Nice.
And photograph a golfer there, and see what we're going to do there.
Do you like it when people just walk in off the street and walk into the studio, start checking your stuff out there?
Oh yeah, we had an interesting one come in yesterday, but it's always interesting. They'll sometimes think it's an art gallery,
right?
And we'll say no, it's just a photography studio, and then they understand and look around, and
Well,
So
you guys have great windows, and you take very good advantage of them.
Yeah, we do.
They always look great.
I'm going to be changing my samples real soon, and we have Taste of the Tower coming up on May 8th. And so that's every year I'll change my samples for that event. We'll get quite a few hundred people at least coming through, so it's a good venue to display our wares.
Do you have any advice for any young photographers out there?
Learn the basics first. Learn your f-stops, your shutter speeds, composition. That's still the most important thing, no matter what media you're using. Absolutely.
That's awesome. You know what? We love having you down here in the
Thank
Tower
you.
District, man. I really appreciate you
Thank you,
coming
Chuck.
by. Why don't you tell people how they can get a hold of you?
You can reach us, of course, at the studio, the corner of Broadway and Olive. Our number is 266-0624. We're also Ficarra Studios on Facebook, and we have ficarrastudios.com.
Okay, Jim Ficarra from Ficarra Studios right down in the Tower District. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, it's time to go to Old Town Mariposa with my buddy Bob Borchard.